So Station 28 Skywarn advising tornado warning has been issued for central Madison County, north central Alabama. 7:16, severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Huntsville, moving east at 20 miles per hour. Radar indicated rotation. We've been sitting here watching it for a while now. This dangerous storm will be near Huntsville around 7:20 and Gurley around 7:30 Central Daylight Times. Station 28 Skywarn clear, 7:19, standing by for reports. This storm may also make its way into Jackson County. We're going to be keeping an eye on it. It's not far from Jackson, so Station 28 clear.
Received, Rick.
All right, everybody, so we're breaking in here. Tornado warning now. Been watching this cell for quite a few minutes. This is heading kind of toward the Gurley area, so if you're in Gurley, take your tornado precautions. This storm is coming right at you, and there is, as mentioned earlier, there's been some rotation, some decent rotation with it for just a little while now. So let's go ahead and check that out one more time. Tornado warning in effect until 7:45. Looks like at 7:16, severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Huntsville, moving to the east at 20 miles per hour. This storm will be near Huntsville around 7:20, which is right now. Gurley around 7:30. Other locations will be Maysville, Ryland, Hampton Cove, and Brownsboro areas. So, been sitting here watching the radar for a while now. Oh, yeah, we got a nice couplet showing up on the radar. Some really close rotation. Let's get the storm relative back up. Let me check the chat as well. Okay, let's go ahead and get that up. All right, let's correct this. All right, so tornado warning for Madison County. This storm is not coming toward DeKalb, for those asking. But it is coming into Jackson, so I just want to mention that. Looks like it is getting its act together rotation-wise. Looks like it's going kind of toward Gurley. It will eventually move into the southwest portions of Jackson County. Looks like it might head toward Gurley first. That's a interesting little radar signature. Let's check the correlation out, see if I can pick anything up on it. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, I thought we had something there. It looked like there for a moment there was something there. So it's like around Bucks Canyon. Let's back that back out and change the radar image to reflectivity, Bucks Canyon area. And very close to us, exactly where the rotation's at. All right, dispatch is letting Jackson County know now. I don't know if you're listening to the stream, but appreciate it if you are. Jackson County. I believe something may have tried to touch down near Bucks Canyon, or in between Bucks Canyon and Ridgewood. I'm not 100% sure on it. I could have swore I saw something, though. Let me back the track back up one more time. Okay, I did see a peak in the reflectivity on the scan there. Let me check it one more time. Okay, so I'm not sure if it was confirmed on the ground. It could have just been my imagination, but I don't think it was. I'll look at this scan one more time. All right. Right over the Bucks Canyon area is where that was at. So let me run it back through again. Yeah, the rotation appeared to be kind of to the north of Bucks Canyon. So yeah, I'm thinking that might have just been a false scan there because it went away really quick. I'll look at it once more. Okay. Yeah, in my opinion, that's a little bit too far south, and it went away too quick. So we're going to keep watching it. I don't believe we've had any confirmations of it on the ground or anything like that yet. Yeah, there's not been any confirmation of it on the ground, so yeah, more than likely that was just a little bit of an odd scan that picked up there, but nothing on the ground yet. And the rotation looking a bit more broad, but it's still trying. Stage 28 Skywarn, Jackson County EMA, just a little heads up, there's a tornadic cell that is just to the west of Gurley. It looks like it's crossing Highway 431 around the Hayden and Big Cove area. Looks like it's moving off to the northeast. So it looks like that might eventually move into Yalls County if it continues with the strength it is. The warning might be extended. If not, just have to keep an eye on it. Stage 28 clear, 724. Roger that. Starting to see some hail in that storm as well. So still seeing broad rotation right on top of the Hayden area. All right, I'm going to switch over to another radar. Yeah, there was that signature earlier was awfully strange. I mean, I will admit it's very close to where the area rotation was at when it showed up. So I'm going to give my opinion here because there's no confirmation that it may have briefly tried to touch down. That's just an odd signature that showed up there, and that was just about when it was at its strongest with the rotation too. So I have not got any confirmation whatsoever of it touching down, but that was an odd signature up on the correlation. Again, it may not have touched down. It could have just been a coincidence with the scan here, the way it looked. And I'm kind of leaning a little bit in between at the moment. I'm going to back this scan up and look one more time here. Okay, that's a pretty strong area of rotation. That was back at 713. Okay. Okay, 713 is when I'm seeing that signature show up. So again, I don't have confirmation, but I swear it looks like it briefly touched down. All right, so let me go switch out. I'm looking at it on a little bit more high resolution radar scan than what I am now, and it looks like the rotation is still continuing. That's for sure. So let's back it back up here. Correlation coefficient. We're going to back... I keep forgetting I can't back this one up. Okay, and this radar is already updated, so I swear I thought I seen it briefly touch down, though. I could be wrong. So still trying to wrap up again with the rotation here. Looks like it's still pretty. It is broad, but it's crossing 431 around Hayden, moving off to kind of the northeast toward High Point. It's definitely trying. It'll eventually approach Highway 72 close to Gurley. Looks like it's moving a bit further to the north now, kind of northeast. It looks like it'd go towards Stone Drive. Looks like that's where it is headed, towards Stone Drive. But again, based off of what I saw on the reflectivity, I'm still thinking it may have briefly made contact with the ground, because that's where its peak strength right there. I'm going to grab a screenshot really quick of the radar in the background. Again, I cannot confirm that it made contact with the ground. I'm just going by what I'm seeing, and it does look like it did. There was a bit of a signature showed up right where that area rotation was at. And I'll get these sent over here pretty shortly. Let's get back to tracking this thing. I'm seeing 2 areas of rotation with it now. Looks like this storm's kind of turning into 2 areas. That's pretty odd. Let me post this information up really quick. Yeah, I've seen that in 3 different scans, so that's strange it hanging on that long if it didn't. Yeah, I'm pretty sure something happened there. Something touched down briefly. So let me get back to the other radar here. This is Station 28 Skywarn around 7:13, noticing something that may have, it looked to me like a bit of a debris signature there at 7:13 on correlation. Also adds up when the storm was just about at its peak rotation as well. So 7:13 on the radar scan on correlation, you can see a bit of a signature show up. Just wanted to mention that out. Station 28 be clear, 7:32 standby.
This is in a spot where it likes to recycle across the county.
Yeah, Roger. I definitely see something that, looks like a debris signature. I went back and looked at it several times before I officially released that conclusion, and I'm pretty sure it briefly made contact with the ground at one time, but now it's got 2 areas it looks like trying to rotate, so odd storm, and you're right, it is in the area that it usually likes to kind of go crazy, so I'll stand by and let the traffic be clear on the air in case we get reports. So yeah, they're saying other people have also spotted that, that they believe it touched down too. So it makes me feel better I'm not the only one that spotted it. All right, this little guy's only moving off to the, it says east, but it looks like it's moving northeast to me. So still tornado warning on this, seeing a hail signature show up on there. Also broad rotation, 2 different areas of broad rotation right now, with the best one looking like now it's coming toward Gurley. But we literally have 2 areas of rotation again. These storms have been very odd lately. our last, I'll go ahead and call it an outbreak since we had, I think, like 13, 14 tornadoes. I think 15, 16 now, probably, since new ones have been confirmed. I remember specifically seeing two tornadoes on the ground at the same time as it moved through Jackson County. So, in all my years of doing weather, that's all the way from 2006 to now, I've never seen that. Never seen two on the ground at once in Jackson County. So, that's pretty crazy. So, it looks like it's right over High Point pretty much. Or actually, south, just a little bit south of High Point, kind of going toward Gurley. And two different areas of rotation. Interesting. All right, I'm going to move to the chat right now. We'll see what this storm does. It has split up into two different areas at this point. All right, so let me go ahead and give the areas of concern, and it is headed into Jackson County. Just for those that are asking, I just now popped in to look at the chat. This thing currently, if it holds up and it doesn't weaken out, it has two areas of rotation. The best one looks like it's near High Point. Seeing an odd signature show up here. All right, so we have an odd signature on the radar here. Let me go ahead and correct where it's going. Looks like it's headed kind of toward Gurley or south, just a little bit south of Gurley. Looks like it track off to the east, it says. So we're going to go with the east because it does look like it's going that way a little bit more. Some broad rotation showing up on two sides of it. Looks like it would enter into Jackson County and go, looks like kind of toward the Garth area. Let me zoom back out, make sure I'm looking at that correctly. Yes. And looks like it would be just north of Paint Rock. It's going to come very close to Paint Rock, though. And it would eventually move on off to our Pleasant Groves, Limrock area, further track out. It's got some odd movements, and that's a odd-looking little signature there. Let's have a look here. Here's the Weather Service office. So I'm seeing another odd signature there near Gurley. So this thing's going to move right over Gurley. If you're in Gurley, you need to be taking your tornado precautions. Like, hopefully you've already done it, but you really, really need to be doing it. It's not moving fast, but you still need to move to your shelter immediately. This storm looks very intense on the radar on this new scans that's coming in. We got some nice rotation showing up. It is broad, but it definitely could tighten up again. Yeah, it's coming right for Gurley. So anyone in the Gurley area, you need to be taking your tornado precautions at this point. Also, another area of broad rotation, not as intense as the other one. It's moving off to the north, kind of northeasterly. Looks like south of Moontown, south of Brownsboro. And it will cross Highway 72. This cell here approaching Highway 72 in Gurley. Definitely looking a lot stronger than what it was. It's not a very big cell either. I mean, it actually broke in half. And separated just a bit, but it's trying to get back together into one storm again. But right now, we're looking at individual cells, and the biggest area of rotation now definitely around the cell moving toward Gurley at this point. That's the one to watch. It'll be this side here going toward Gurley. That's the one we're going to keep an eye on. We'll wait and see if Huntsville extends that warning. It's looking a lot nicer on the scan than it was, so it's trying to ramp back up again. Starting to see a hail core. So again, hopefully if you're in Gurley, you're already took your tornado precautions. This thing's still continuing to move your way. It is very broad rotation-wise. The other part of the cell I'm not really even concerned about right now, but it does have some broad rotation there, but not really much of anything. Severe thunderstorm warning being issued out for this one. Station 28 Skywarn Immediate Bulletin. National Weather Service issued a severe thunderstorm warning for northwestern Jackson County and northeast Alabama, east central Madison County, and north central Alabama. At 7:39 p.m., a severe thunderstorm was located over Gurley, or 10 miles east of Huntsville, moving east at 20 miles per hour. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts possible with this. Locations impacted will be Paint Rock, Princeton, Limb Rock, Hampton Cove, Brownsboro, Gurley, Pleasant Groves, Trenton, Garth, and Larkinsville. Remain alert for a possible tornado. Of course, tornadoes can develop quickly from severe storms. If you spot a tornado, go at once into your basement or small central room in a sturdy structure. Station 28 clear, 741. All right, so we have a severe thunderstorm warning. That tornado warning being replaced by a severe thunderstorm warning, moving into Jackson County. But again, there is still rotation being seen with the storm. But that still doesn't mean that it's not capable of producing one, because by the radar it definitely is still rotating. So we're going to watch it. It looks like it may be picking up a little bit. I know, everybody, this weather's been nuts. I got to put some stuff in the chat because I absolutely forgot to do that. Putting a little note in there to everybody about the whole stars deal again. That way nobody loses their cash if they decide to send it. Don't want them to lose their money. So, still watching this storm, moving off to the kind of the east northeast. It's approaching Gurley, about to be right on top of Gurley currently. So hopefully you've already took your tornado precautions still, because this storm is still rotating. So you definitely need to be taking shelter if you're in Gurley. So good news, I still don't see nothing on the ground with it, but I do still see rotation on it. All right, so we're going to back away just for a second and kind of show everybody what's causing all this. So originally, here was our first system that is still stalled out over around Georgia, Trenton, Georgia. It is still stalled out and it's not moving. It extends all the way south a long ways.
They have not requested Skywarn to be activated, but I'm just going to read the message for those listening.
Direct copy. Keep an eye out for the Cat County Road.
In northern Franklin counties through 8:30 p.m. At 7:42, Doppler radar is tracking a strong thunderstorm near Fayetteville, moving east at 20 miles per hour.
All right, so we're going to turn that down for just a minute and back it up. There's are pretty much responsible for what we're seeing right now. This cold front will continue to move on off to the east. It is moving. At least this part of it is moving, but the rest of it up north is stalled out. And this big area here is what's been causing storms for days now. As these stalled out fronts here. Got cold air to the west, warm air to the east. A little bit of both stalled out. So there's a little bit of a mixture there going on. So we got some ingredients in place. Not a lot, but there is some ingredients. And as you see, it doesn't take a lot around here to get stuff going, really. Severe thunderstorm warning now in effect. Tornado warning was canceled. The National Weather Service office said the storm could still produce some 60-mile-an-hour winds. I do still see broad rotation. In fact, a little bit more on that scan there than what there was. So this one's going to be moving, of course, right toward Gurley. So still take your tornado precautions. Don't get out of the shelter yet. If you've already moved to your shelter for the tornado warning, do not get out of the shelter yet. Just because it's been placed under a severe thunderstorm warning. The rotation starting to pick back up again. So don't get out of your shelter if you're in the Gurley area. I know there's an interstate here. Looks like it's going to cross near Gurley Mountain and Gurley along the Highway 72 area. So it is getting ready to do that. It's not moving quick, but just hang out if you're in your shelter. So just to be safe. Yeah, still got a little bit of rotation there. Looks like the area of rotation is going really close to Gurley. It may actually move over it, but it looks like it's kind of going toward Gurley Mountain and the Highway 72 in between Gurley and Gurley Mountain. And still seeing that rotation. Looks like it weakened a little bit on that scan. Let's check it out on the... okay, never mind. It's still got broad rotation now, crossing the highway. Looks like it's just almost in Gurley. It's not far at all. So hang out in your safe spot. Looks like it's around the El Coyote Mexican restaurant area. My goodness, I didn't even know you could see Dollar Generals on here, but evidently you can see Dollar Generals. So looks like the main center area of rotation right now crossing the Highway 72 around Rock Cut Road, going toward Gurley Mountain. Nope. Okay, I knew I was seeing some RFD pull into there, so this thing's trying to tighten back up again. We've got some not RFD, but inflow. I'm sorry. We've got some inflow pushing back up. This thing's tightening up. So we've got an area of broad rotation right on top of Gurley right now, and it's really trying to get its act together. This thing could produce a tornado again. Definitely trying to wrap back around again. If that continues, I wouldn't doubt for a tornado warning to go back up again. This is a nice little couplet showing up here. So it is trying again to produce a tornado. All right, the next in line will be the Garth area.
For the strong thunderstorm
Looks like it is heading toward the Garth area currently. I do still see some decent rotation, a lot better on this scan than what it was. It's not showing to be on the ground yet, but it is broad. And I keep clicking that every single time. All right, so I'm going to keep my eyes on this scan for just a minute. Okay, so we have a strange little signature again showing up on the radar. It's been 2 scans now and it's still showing up. So that's a little bit odd as it moved over Gurley. So it wasn't much of a signature though showing up, but there was a little tiny signature showing up. I'm sure everybody could see it as it moved over the Gurley area, like right here. That's exactly where the broad rotation's at too. So we'll see if that hangs out or if it just disappears, but definitely don't think that's a coincidence that that's showing up on 2 different scans. And that is right where that area of rotation is at, on top of Gurley still. So that's an odd signature that showed up there. It almost looked like there was a bit of debris picked up. Not a lot, but a little bit. So again, this storm is moving toward the Garth area in Jackson County, and I'm still watching the signature. And it's gone on the 3rd scan. Yeah, that could have been just a bit of dust that was lofted up.
One more try, but I don't know. I mean, I'm putting out 50 watts through the 2.4 to do it.
All right, so this thing's headed right for Garth currently. The rotation not crazy on it. Do see some high winds though coming in. That's just lovely.
KI4 KWR KG4HLZ, just to let you know you're solid into the repeater.
Okay, thank you.
All right, so I'm not seeing the report. looks like it's broke up a lot. There is still some broad rotation out in that thing. But yeah, it's broken up. I'm starting to think that scan was just maybe a little bit of dirt that might have been picked up from the wind or something, because it went away and it's really weakening out at this point, like really, really weakening out. So it looks like it's trying to turn into more of a gusty or damaging wind threat as it's moving right toward Garth, but we're still going to watch. Now that is Garth in Jackson County. My goodness, somebody's way too close to the mic. All right, let's back it up. I'm going to back away from it because it's like, again, it's looking more like a damaging wind threat than anything. Severe thunderstorm warning still remains in effect for Jackson County. Severe thunderstorm warning in effect until 8:30 for west central Jackson County. At 7:54, a severe thunderstorm was located over Gurley, or 14 miles southeast of Morris Mills, moving east at 20 miles per hour. 60 mile per hour wind gust radar indicated. Areas impacted will be Pleasant Groves, Trenton, Garth, Larkinsville, Limrock, Paint Rock, and Gurley. It also mentions remain alert for a possible tornado because there is rotation still in the storm. So, now that is for Madison, not Jackson. There we go.
At 7:54 p.m., a severe thunderstorm was located over Gurley, or 14 miles southeast of Morris Mill, moving east at 20 miles per hour. Radar indication 50 mile per hour.
All right, guys, I'll be right back. Got to grab my supper.
Pleasant Grove, Trenton, Garth, Larkinsville, Limrock, Paint Rock, and Gurley. Remain alert for a possible tornado. Tornadoes can develop quickly from severe thunderstorms. If you spot a tornado, go at once into the basement or small central room in a sturdy structure. For your protection, move to your room on the lowest floor of a building. KI-42WR. KOB-4BRB receiver.
All right, still seeing some broad rotation in it. Very weak. So we'll continue to watch it. Looks like, again, more of a damaging wind threat. Going right on top of Garth currently. So let's back it out for 1 minute. This is what we got coming in. Marshall County, you're going to get some moderate, light to moderate rain. That'll probably enter into DeKalb County too. That should be our primary threat, light to moderate rain. There could be some thunderstorms though. Right now though, this one in Jackson County is trying to get, it looks like it's trying to get its act back together again. We'll watch it. Yeah, there's some broad rotation. Getting a little bit more so. All right, next in line, looks like will be Trenton, Little Nashville area. Right now, though, it's about to go on top of Garth. Yeah, I think we get a little bit of a break tomorrow, but there is still a threat for some thunderstorms to develop. Our next big ramp up will be with a cold front, a reinforcing cold front. I think it starts to move in Thursday and Friday. We'll have to watch for more severe weather with that, but overall, I think most of it stays south of us unless that changes. So yes, I do believe this is the rest. This is the last of the storms tonight. I'm going to pull the new high resolution models up and see if that's the case. So yeah, this is our main line, but the high resolution models haven't updated yet. So I'm going to have to move it to the NAN. I just want to show some light to moderate rainfall moving through with some thunderstorms slow over Jackson County. Approximately at 11 o'clock, 10, 11 o'clock. Main line moves through. Of course, there will be some bad showers or storms along it. I'm not seeing anything else after that. Other than some pop-up showers. Looks like I'm seeing that on here. And the model's wanting to show another round of showers pushing in from the southwest to the northeast. It doesn't get everybody up here. Looks like that is around 6 o'clock in the morning. We'll move it on forward. Not really seeing a ton on Wednesday, other than some really heavy showers and storms to the south. I imagine some of those will be severe. We start to get a pickup with some showers of storm development. Looks like that's around 6 o'clock on Thursday, kind of before. And we officially have more rounds of storms move in with a reinforcing cold front to the northwest Thursday into Friday. It doesn't really give me much of an accurate timeline on it. Oh, yeah, I got to cancel that out. Sorry. And I have muted everybody for just a minute while I eat, so just a heads up. Okay. And I don't know why this text has turned out the way it has. I don't really know what is going on with that. Now, that's a little bit better than what it was, that's for sure. All right, so it looks like it's still weakening out. I expect that warning to cancel pretty shortly with this, but still going to watch that area as it is, continuing to show signs of very broad, weak rotation. And what amazes me is how tiny it is, and yet it's still rotating just a bit. And still seeing some threats of some high winds with it. All right, looks like it's right on top of Garth, moving off toward Trenton currently in Jackson County. That's around the little Nashville area, and I'm still seeing broad rotation with it. It's definitely there. It's not impressive, but it's there. Yeah, it looks like it's trying to get an inflow back into it again. I'm seeing a little bit of inflow going up into there. An RFD side. Not looking too impressive at the moment. Very broad, but it's still there. Yeah, I'm not seeing it as much on that last scan that I was, but all right, so definitely going to be producing some gusty to damaging winds as it gets toward Trenton and Little Nashville. Not seeing, that indication anymore that it's strengthening too much. Looks like it's remaining stationary when it comes to that. So I'm just going to watch it. It's a little bitty cell, that's for sure. Another one I'm noticing to the west, that's going to be west of Hayden. some hail in there, but not really a big deal. I believe this cell here is pretty much done what it's going to do. So some really high winds now going around Pleasant Groves, Trenton area, Little Nashville. I mean, this little guy's still got really broad rotation on it, like really, really broad, but it's still there. Special weather statement being issued on these this new area. And also, I've just noticed another. Okay. Yeah, that's another. Okay. Yeah, we got broad rotation on that one, too. What about that? Special weather statement for a strong thunderstorm around the Redstone Arsenal area. Moving northeast at 20 miles per hour, wind gusts up to 40 miles per hour. Areas impacted: Maysville, Gurley, Lacey Springs, Farley, Ryland, Hampton Cove, Redstone Arsenal, Owens Crossroads, Whitesburg, and Brownsboro. Of course, storm may intensify, so I'll be watching it, and it does have broad rotation, so little bitty area. Looks like it broke up, but it did have some. Most definitely had some. A little bit of a hook showing up on the backside. It's very unorganized. But it seems like quite a few storms today have been rotating. Very odd. Yeah, this one in Jackson County, very unorganized at this point. So starting to weaken out. But it's still producing some good winds. If you're in Trenton and Little Nashville, don't get me wrong, around Garth too, you're getting some high winds with it. There's no doubt about that.
Redstone Arsenal moving northeast at 20 miles per hour. Wind gusts up to 40 miles per hour. Radar indicated. Locations impacted include Maysville, Gurley, Lacey Springs, Farley, Ryland, Hampton Cove, Redstone Arsenal, Owens Crossroads, Whitesburg, and Brownsboro. This storm may intensify, so be certain to monitor local radio stations and available television stations for additional information and possible warnings from the National Weather Service. Yeah, here we are. And what just came across Slack here, they're watching another rotating shower just south of the river, which is the Morgan County just south of the river.
There you go.
The arsenal here.
That's what I was just talking about.
Make sure it functions correctly. As to your question about Warren, I've got a detail.
There's another frequency bleeding in on Huntsville currently. Having a big antenna like I do, that's to be expected. I don't believe Huntsville's hearing it, but there is another frequency bleeding that they're doing some kind of net operation or something. Yeah. I guess the conditions are just right where I'm at, because nobody else is hearing it, evidently. All right, warning has been canceled for Jackson County. Next area we're watching, and this one will move into Jackson eventually, will be this one here. Strong thunderstorm near the Redstone Arsenal area. So we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here. Since the warning's canceled, we will keep an eye on these, though. As if anything else does happen, we will jump back in again.
Thunderstorm warning for West Central Jackson County is canceled. The storm which prompted the warning has weakened below severe limits and no longer poses a serious threat to life or property. Therefore, the warning has been canceled.
Chapman Mountain. Where's that at exactly? What county? I mean, like what area?
Weather Service tells me to go ahead and drop it when they feel the need. KB4CRT repeater.
But yeah, I'm not surprised if you're still seeing a little bit of rotation in this thing. Maybe even a little bit of a lowering, because there's definitely still some rotation there. Don't get me wrong, it's still there, but it's very broad. But yeah, the person that was talking about rotation, where'd you see that? The lowering, where'd you see that at? You told me the little area, but I'm not familiar with it. Okay, we got another warning coming in, so, or at least I thought we did. Hang on. Hang on, let me go back. No, that was just letting me know about the special weather statement. Okay. I guess it was a little bit behind. Never mind. I got my ears tuned to this thing, so I heard the sound for just a minute. And yeah, it is not a warning. Okay, let me get this text off of here. Okay. It says Chapman Mountain is in Huntsville. Okay. So we do have rotation south of the Redstone Arsenal. Tornado warning coming up on that. Weather Service has issued a tornado warning. We get that up. Stage 28 sky warning. Advised National Weather Service in Huntsville has issued a tornado warning. Southern Madison County and north central Alabama, east central Morgan County and north central Alabama at 9 o'clock. Until 9 o'clock, sorry, at 8:14. Severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado is located near Morgan City or near Redstone Arsenal, moving northeast at 15 miles per hour. Radar indicated rotation. Looks like the dangerous storm will be near Redstone Arsenal in Huntsville around 8:20, and Owens Crossroads around 8:35. Other areas include Ryland, Hampton Cove, Lacey Spring, Farley, Wattsburg, and Brownsboro. Stage 28 clear, 8:17, standing by for reports. So, yeah, this new area of rotation has, got concerning. Roger that. I saw something for a moment. Let me get the correlation up and I'll find out. Oh my gosh, yes. It may be on the ground like right now. I believe we have a tornado on the ground right now. Yeah, we do have a tornado on the ground right now. Northwest of Lacey Springs. Looks like that is over the Tennessee River and Pershing Road. Tornado on the ground with us, guys. So seeing a debris signature now on this one. So you take your eyes off it 1 minute and it's on the ground. Just look at that.
It does have quite a large debris field.
Roger that, it does. Looks like it's moving off kind of to the northeast. Looks like it's going to go across the Tennessee River again and then come very close to Wilson Road. And yes, this is a confirmed tornado by radar indication.
Confirmed tornado was located near Redstone Arsenal, moving northeast at 15 miles per hour. Radar did confirm tornado. Redstone Arsenal and Huntsville around 8:20 p.m. Owens Crossroads around 8:30. Other locations impacted by this tornadic thunderstorm include Ryland, Hampton Cove, Lacey Spring, Farley, Whitesburg, and Brownsboro. To repeat, a tornado is on the ground. Take cover now. KI-410 we are.
All right, tornado on the ground. Looks like it's going toward the Green Cove Meadows area. Absolutely crazy. Yeah, very nice area of circulation there. It looks like it's going very close to Green Cove Meadows. If you're in that area, you need to be underground immediately. This thing is on the ground. Doppler radar indication. Again, tornado on the ground going toward the Green Cove Meadows area. Let's back this back up. This is an emergency situation here. Tornado warning remains in effect. It has been observed till 9 o'clock. Looks like areas impacted. Confirmed tornado is located near Redstone Arsenal, moving northeast at 15. This right here is going to be near Redstone Arsenal in Huntsville around 8:20. 1 minute from now, Owens Crossroads around 8:30. Other areas impacted: Ryland, Hampton Cove, Lacey Springs, Farley, Wattsburg, and Brownsboro. If you're in these areas, get underground immediately. This tornado is on the ground. It's been spotted and also showing up on Doppler radar. Looks like it is just to the west of the Wilson Road area. It looks like it's in a rather rural area at this moment, so that is good. I'm not seeing any. Okay, I take that back. I do see some houses. There is some houses in this area where this tornado is at. So I wish I could give a better warning. North of Fields Road is where this is at, and there is structure.
Crossing the Tennessee River now, still a large debris field.
Oh, come on, phone. Yeah, Roger, still seeing a big debris signature. There is structures in the path of this tornado, but there's not much of an area to give out other than what we've already seen. Definitely crossing a Tennessee River right now, but I do see structures on the radar that's right in this thing. So I hope that they're in their sturdy structure, or they're below ground, rather.
A severe thunderstorm is located over Lynchburg, moving east.
Yeah, it looks like direct path is going to be Green Cove Meadows, Redstone Park, Buxton Road, Fisher State, Southwest Road.
Roger that. That's correct. If you're in the Green Cove Meadows area, Redstone Park, this tornado is coming right at you. We've still got tornado on the ground still. And there is a new warning out. That's up in Tennessee. Okay, so we're gonna keep an eye on this. All right, if you are around the Green Cove Meadows, Redstone Park area, you need to be underground immediately. If you're around the Fisher Street Southwest area along Highway 231, this thing's coming right at you. It's actually riding right along the highway. So if you're traveling on Heart of Dixie Highway 231, this thing's coming right at you. It looks like it may have lifted. Okay, it looks like it did lift. Okay, I am seeing indications it may have lifted, but still, if you're in the Green Cove Meadows area, you need to be underground immediately. Do still see a debris signature. Still seeing a little bit.
Is it just my radar, or is yours doing the same thing about Tennessee River? It looks like that debris field is getting smaller.
Okay, phone, would you please stop doing that? I've got an emergency situation going on. Quit going into pocket mode. Yeah, Roger, it looks like it lifted, but I do still see a little bit of a debris signature there. So I'm not going to say it fully lifted just yet. Looks like it's heading right toward the Green Cove Meadows area, Memorial Parkway Southwest, and Redstone Park area.
That's 10-4, same radar.
Yeah, Roger, it may still be on the ground. Definitely can't say that it's lifted at the moment. We'll watch the next scan. See what it shows. So, as far as it goes, in my opinion, until this scan shows a clean scan, this thing's still on the ground going toward Green Cove Meadows and Redstone Park. Looks like also Fisher Street Southwest, and going to cross the Tennessee River again. And then go really close to the Highway 231 around the Memorial Parkway Southwest area. And this thing will likely be completely rain wrapped. You're more than likely not going to be able to see it at all. Let me take a look at the resolution. Yeah, it's rain wrapped, so you're more than likely not going to be seeing this thing whatsoever. Get it back to storm relative. Yeah, still seeing the rotation there. Get it back to correlation. Okay, so still seeing what... There's more than likely still a tornado on the ground here. It's not picking up anything at the moment. Stage 28 Skyward, I believe we still have a tornado on the ground possibly. It's just not really hitting any structures. Just a minute ago, it definitely hit some structures or something, unfortunately. but I do still see indications that it may still be on the ground. I'm looking at the second scan, so there's a possibility that it is still on the ground. Looks like it's going to ride along 231 near Wilson Road, also on up to Fisher Street Southwest and Memorial Parkway Southwest. Right now, it's getting awfully close to the Wilson Road area. All right, storm relative velocity is still showing a decent signature there, so I do still believe this tornado is on the ground by looking at the radar scan here. So pretty sure that it's still on the ground and it's about to cross the Tennessee River. I'm looking at it on a few different scans here. Still seeing a little bit of a signature on the correlation scan, so I don't believe it has fully lifted yet because we're picking it up on two different scans instead of it going completely away. So it may just be picking some, dirt and stuff up. It may be very small at this point. But if you're in the Green Cove Meadows, Redstone Park again, take your tornado precautions. This thing is not moving fast. Like 15 miles per hour, you could outrun it on a bicycle, but that's beside the point. Okay, so I do still see a debris signature. This stage 28 Skywarn, still seeing a debris signature on it. It looks like it's getting a little bit larger than what it was going toward the Green Cove Meadows area. So we do still have a tornado on the ground with this, going toward the Green Cove Meadows area and Redstone Park. So let's look at it on the storm relative velocity. It is picking back up again on this latest scan, looking a bit stronger.
Looks to be right on Lakeside Trail Southwest Loop.
Yeah. Roger that. Yeah, it's getting really close to the Tennessee River again. Gotta admit, guys, we've been having some odd weather. These storms have not been behaving exactly normal, in my opinion. Like, how many times do we see showers produce tornadoes? I don't even see any lightning in it. And it is crossing the Tennessee River, currently heading right toward the Redstone Park and Green Cove Meadows area.
It's recycling on the Oregon Madison County line right now.
Yeah, roger that. Definitely seeing that on the radar here, too. Like I was just saying, we've been having some unusual weather lately. Yep, it is trying to recycle again. And when it crosses that river, it could pick back up again, depending on a lot of factors. But yeah, looks like it may have lifted that time. So we'll just have to wait and see. Yeah, newest scan shows it may have lifted. I'm not seeing much of a signature anymore on it. Of course, it's still got rotation, but I'm not seeing the debris signature much anymore as it's getting right toward the Green Cove Meadows and Redstone Park area. All right, so I think it might have.
I don't see a debris signature any longer, but I do see the degree of rotations is still about 14 to 15.
Yeah. Yeah, Roger, it's still got rotation. Pretty decent. Wouldn't doubt if it don't try to drop again. Okay, so tornado warning. Tornado has lifted. Doppler radar update by the National Weather Service. Radar indicated tornado now. Tornado warning remains in effect until 9 o'clock for southern Madison, east central Morgan counties at 8:28. Severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Redstone Arsenal, moving northeast at 15 miles per hour. It has no longer been confirmed on the ground.
It's like we'll see which way it kicks this time.
Yeah, Roger. You got a way you can turn your volume up, Josh? Like I can just barely hear you. I have to put the phone up to my ear to pick you up. I'm not sure. Maybe your settings are set real low or something, or maybe it's a microphone problem.
There was no telling it could be an internet problem.
Roger that.
Northeast at 15 miles per hour. Radar indicated rotation. Flying debris will be
He's coming through on my end, loud and clear.
Mobile homes will be damaged or destroyed.
Okay, it's got to be something on my end then. I think I know what it might be. I'll check it out after we get done on the chat here. But I think I know what it is then. All right, so we don't have a debris signature anymore. We do still have rotation going right on top of the Green Cove Meadows area. So this thing could still produce a tornado on top of Redstone Park and Green Cove Meadows. We hope it don't, but it is still rotating. Looks like it's going to move toward the Woodridge area, Fox Run area, Chimney Springs, Meadow Trace, Mountain Gap Estates area is where the rotation will be heading to next. Also, South Park Estates, Regent Forest, English Village, Rocky Top Estates, possibly Bucks Canyon area here in a little while longer. But this thing is still capable of producing a tornado, and it could do so at any point. So you definitely need to stay in your shelter. It's right on top of Green Cove Meadows at Redstone Park and about to cross Highway 231 in between Green Cove Meadows and South Park Estates here in just a few minutes. So I'm keeping my correlation up, because I do still see signs of rotation. You can still see something trying to show up. You can see it's a little bit dark there. I'm going to be watching that area. Oh, starting to see a signature show up again. I believe I see something trying to show up again as it crosses Memorial Parkway Southwest. I'm going to wait on one more scan to see if it shows up. Still shows up.
I was about ready to say the same thing. You hit the button just before I could see a debris signature just east of Memorial Parkway.
Roger that. Yep, I see it now. Looks like it crossed the highway. It's still showing up on my end too. So it looks like that's going a little bit further east than the original track. Looks like it's going toward the Aldrich Creek and Greenway area. Looks like the Green Cove Road, Aldrich Creek, Trestle Street, all them areas. Also Southside Park shortly. So seeing a debris signature show up again on this one.
Chesterfield Road southeast, and it looks like it's directly on Trestle Street currently.
Yeah, Roger, seeing that. And there's quite a complex here, so there's a lot of people that lives here, and it looks like that's a pretty populated area. So make sure you're in your shelter if you're in these areas, because of the tornado right on top of you.
Hey, that's what I was about ready to say too. It looks highly populated. Definitely a lot of structures in the area. What I see on the satellite scan, I just hope they have a very good warning system and everything right now.
Right on top of Trestle Street and the Lakes area. Okay, you're just going to have to look at my live stream here. So yeah, big populated area here.
Tornado warning for northwestern Franklin County and Middle Tennessee until 9 p.m. At 8:31, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing.
All right, so it is okay. It looks like the signature went away. Looks like it may have lifted once again.
Yeah, that newest update, it just looks like that debris signature just went away.
Yeah, I bet there's going to be some structures damaged right in there. Hopefully not too bad, though. That's for sure. That's a really heavily populated area. All right, and my radar is not.
We don't have any cameras in that area, do we know?
Might be able to look at the LDOT cameras.
Yeah, LDOT, that'd be a good idea. Yeah, that would be a good idea, considering it went along the Highway 231 there. I could pick something up. All right, let me pull this thing up on another scan.
Looking into it currently.
Yeah, if you see something, let me know. Yeah, this is a new member on our chat. His name's Adam. He's with Hammondville Fire Department. Absolute phenomenal job. First time doing this on our end. He's doing a good job. All right, I'm looking at it through another radar. Yeah, this dadgummit radar Omega has quit updating again. I'm like way behind on this thing because of I noticed it looked like that scan was continuously in the same spot there for a minute. So we need to get this thing back up here. Let me back off from this one to go to another radar. Definitely need to have that back up. Okay. All right, so I'm still seeing some debris aloft, a pretty good bit of it. Let me back away from that. Come on. But yeah, I still don't see it on the ground. And let me go look at this real quick. That right there is strange looking in its own self there. That was pretty weird looking. Let me have a look at this. Okay. All right, so looking like it's weakened. But it may be strengthening back up again. I'm noticing it look like it's trying to do that now on this newest scan. But yeah, there is absolutely no lightning in this at all. And I know most people think with a tornado, there's going to be a ton of lightning. You know, you're going to know what's coming. No. Not with this one. It's going to seem like a regular shower coming through. It's only moving at 15 miles per hour. You're not even going to think there's a tornado with this one. I don't see any lightning on it. So this one would catch you off guard. You'd be outside on your porch hanging out. You know, the wind's getting up a little bit. Then you start hearing something really loud, and you're just like, what is that? You know? I'm still watching a little area rotation with it, but nothing like what it was. Okay, warning has been canceled. Okay, so that warning's been canceled. Not this one. This one's still going for 20 more minutes.
Moving northeast at 15 miles per hour. Radar indicated rotation.
And it's rotating again.
Redstone Arsenal, Owens Crossroads, and Huntsville around 8:40 p.m. Other locations impacted by this.
Yeah, it is still rotating continuously.
Farley, Whitesburg, and Brownsboro. KI4 Kiddo Yar. Okay.
Yeah, if Stage 28 Skywarn, if you got a radio, a VHF, you can listen to Huntsville directly. That's who I'm listening to right now, 147240. Again, that's 147240. You can listen to them directly. All right, so we've really broadened on out. There's not much left of that cell, so I think that tornado warning will cancel shortly. But I'm still going to keep an eye on it just in case it tries to do something again. And I've noticed a good bit of these storms trying to rotate. Not just this one, but I've been looking at these back here. Looking with some tails on these things. I mean, they're trying to rotate, which is absolutely crazy. So these going up into Tennessee. I mean, look at this tornado warning out for Tennessee. As these lines move through, I did see a little bit of a signature there on that one. Very brief, so but I can't confirm nothing on the ground there in Tennessee. Of course, we're beaming pretty far away too, but within range. But yeah, to be honest, without switching the correlation coefficient, there's no way you'd have been able to see that's on the ground. Now, the rotation was pretty much the only thing that you saw. And it didn't look crazily impressive, but it was definitely there. Okay, so they've canceled the one in Madison County. That's confirmation now. So should see it disappearing momentarily. I'm communicating with Jackson County EMA. Sorry about that. I got choked there in the background. So I'm communicating with Jackson County EMA. One of our friends with, I think it's Hammondville Fire Department, Meridianville Fire Department, something like that. Firefighter there, and also listening to Huntsville here. This one is not coming toward DeKalb County. Just a heads up. It is not coming toward DeKalb County.
Tornado warning remains in effect until 9 p.m. for northwestern Franklin County. At 8:42 p.m., a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Estelle Springs, or 9 miles north of Winchester, moving northeast at 15 miles per hour. Radar indicated rotation.
Sorry about all that. Trying to get unchoked. I got choked pretty bad there for a minute.
Location, Arnold Air Force Base. KI4 Kiddo Yar.
All right, so since that tornado warning canceled, we're going to keep an eye on things, but get ready to kind of back out of the stream here and see if I can't get unchoked a little bit better than what I am. So thanks everybody for watching. We'll go live again if we spot anything. Again, if you'd like to send a donation, we got PayPal. You have to check that out on the page, but the Cash App's right here in the description. Also, shout out to our sponsors here before we wrap it up. Mr. Dylan Snyder at Alabama Living Real Estate. For all your real estate needs, you can give him a call, 256-979-4330, and visit him on Facebook as well. Lots of nice homes for sale and stuff. And also, if you want to sell a home, give him a call. Second sponsor will be RKG Automotive Group. Lots of nice vehicles for sale on there. Check them out on Facebook. Also, you can give them a call at 256-323-7323 if you're interested in buying a vehicle or looking at one. Our last sponsor will be Wade Swords, tree and stump removal, excavation, dirt work, bucket work, demolition, debris hauling. You can do just about everything. So if you have, damage from storms, need some stuff hauled off, he's the one you want to give a call pretty much for any of that type of work. You can give him a call at 256-558-9910. All right, everybody. Thanks so much. God bless, and we'll keep you updated if a new warning comes up. Thanks again, everybody.